One. What's up, everybody? We're back for another exciting episode of My Podcast is Better Than Your Podcast, and I'm here with Greg Schott.
Yo.
Who, this is probably this is the first time, obviously, on video.
Yeah.
This is our second episode ever on video. How you feeling, Greg?
I'm feeling alright, It's been a decent day. Right. Mowed the lawn, so that's good. Did something positive.
Yeah, that's positive for sure. I didn't do anything. I did positive things, just not. I don't know. We could argue if it's productive or not. I did this. I've been doing this all week, and it just keeps getting better.
It's classy. It's classy, bud.
Just gonna keep rubbing it for half the episode.
Just rub the wall.
I hope that encourages listeners to look the video up, just to be like, "What's he rubbing?" I want to know what he's rubbing.
Hey, curiosity, man. It can kill the cat.
That's how it goes. All right, and we're in. I don't know. I don't know how to start out this episode.
I mean, there's an elephant in the world. It's about 30 minutes north of us here. It's kind of a fiery elephant right now, you know.
Kenosha? You want to talk about Kenosha? Is the elephant's name? Hey, Kenosha!
Maybe.
Yo!
Yeah, some interesting shit been going on, man, to say the least.
It's rough, man. I know I have more friends who I have to have their numbers now to get a hold of them than ever because so many people are doing the media blackout thing.
Are you talking
they deleted
social media?
They just don't even want to do it anymore because it's getting so ridiculous.
You know, they're actually all week long, since the shit developed. What was it? Monday, Tuesday. All the information was coming out. I was sitting there I woke up one morning and I saw all this information and I'm like, I was really on the fence about it because
same.
You know, at the end of the day, I don't want that kind of negativity in my life. And there's a lot of really negative shit going on, but on the cool side of the pillow,
it's one of those things where you definitely had to wait for more information.
Oh yeah. You didn't want to jump the gun, and that's exactly what that. I didn't want to jump the gun.
You know what the thing is?
I didn't want to just go. I'm gonna get off social media because I'm that kind of person.
And we did that because we're logical people. If people had the inkling to do that before they started burning the city down, I feel like maybe.
But, you see a mouse, you want to step on it, I guess.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But, yeah, but on as I was saying, the cool side of the pillow, the fucking memes.
The cool side of the pillow, I like that. You gotta keep saying that. You gotta say that all the time.
I mean, I don't want to beat it like a dead horse.
No, that's your new thing. You say that all the time.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Every once in a while.
I wish you could trademark that, and that was just your thing. So when you walked into rooms, you were encouraged to say it. It's in situations where it doesn't even make sense. You'd walk in, we'd be like, "What's up, Greg?" You'd just be like, "Oh, just living on the cool side of the pillow." And we'd be like, "Dude, come on, man. We know you get $1 every time, but you stop."
If I could monetize it, what was that Idiocracy?
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Why do you keep saying that? Because they pay me every time I do.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Yeah. For the smartest man in the world, you're pretty stupid. Yeah, no, if I could get monetized for just saying a fun phrase like that, fuck yeah. I wouldn't work. I'm not going to be an elitist.
Oh, yeah? No, this makes you... This is too cool for you? You can't use a match?
I've got to limit the amount of elitism. Because
they give them to you for free. This is the least elite thing ever. These are free at the Tinderbox if you buy a cigar. Any cigar.
Where the fuck is the Tinderbox?
It's a cigar shop on Perryville in Rockford.
I have never heard of that, but
Illinois.
I'll have to go down there one day.
It's great. Actually, you would like it. So, because I know you're one of those, I feel like you're like me in the sense where, there's certain things that are enjoyable, but, and you want to enjoy those things, but going out of your way to be into them is fuck it, because then you have to meet all these people who are too into it. People smoke cigars and do craft beer. Now all of a sudden they know everything about it.
Yeah.
And they're fucking gay. The Tinderbox is the kind of store you have so you don't have to do that. You just walk in there and all they sell is cigars, wine, and fancy whiskey.
See, I'd fuck with that.
Yeah,
That sounds
that's
like my
it.
kind of store. That's
Exactly.
my
I'm
kind of
saying you
store.
would love it because you
Like,
walk in there and you can just tell him like what you like, and he'll just be like, "So what are you trying to do?" And if you want to do pairing stuff, that's what they specialize in. So if you're looking around for stuff, or you know what kind of cigars you like, or what kind of whatever you like, you go in there and you just tell them, like, I like this. What goes well with this? And they're just like, "Oh man, here, come over here, and I'll show you." Like, and they just got cabinets full of shit.
Well, that's pretty tits. I'll definitely have to go down there and check it out because I definitely like my whiskey, and I definitely appreciate a cigar.
That's where I got those because these are the Acid brand. I smoke those all the time. But last time I went in there, they had those because like I see you smoking. What kind of Rello are you smoking today, Greg?
Same shit, 4Ks because I'm a cheap fuck.
Damn it.
4Ks and Buchanan Scotch.
Okay, Greg. This is why you're the one who needs this information because I want you to stop doing this to yourself. If you if you go to the store I'm telling you about right now, I don't want to hear your they're cheap right now. Go there. You can get a 20-pack of the Rellos I got the other day. The coffee ones I got, they were Java. I forget the brand, but you'll see them when you walk in. He's got a whole stack of them. Yeah. It was I think $21 for the pack. You get 20 of them, and they're delicious. Delicious.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, because
I'll definitely head down there one of these days and check it out because. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm trying not to smoke.
Same.
But,
But you might, if you're gonna do it, you might as well enjoy it.
Exactly.
Like, I hate when people have the opposite mentality where they're like, I might as well, I do it all the time. I don't care. It's like, no, if you like something enough to do it all the time, you might as well enjoy it. Right?
Yeah. And like that's the thing. Like, it's not like, if I was out spending $40 on a cigar, like. That's a different story. That's just for one cigar. Like if I was drinking some Lagavulin, some real high end. I don't even know. I don't think Lagavulin's really high end.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a good Scotch.
See, I'm not a Scotch guy. That's why. I can't drink right now because I'm on, DUI obligations. Fuck you and your drinking ass. But I drink bourbon though when I can drink. I'm not a Scotch guy.
I definitely appreciate a bourbon from time to time, but it's kind of hit and miss. Like if I go to the bars, I'll drink a bourbon. Redemption. I don't know if you've ever had that before, but yeah, middle of the road.
I have had that. Yep.
That's pretty good.
Is that rye?
They do have a rye.
I know they have the rye's fire. I've had the Redemption rye. It's good.
See, I'm kind of on the fence about rye. But...
I started out being on the fence about rye, and now I'm a rye guy because I've had a couple that I like a lot. So I'm like, I'm all over that.
I mean, I'm sure maybe because like I remember when like I had rye, it was like when I was 21. Yes, I had just turned 21, and I was just like, this is interesting. Like I don't know how I feel about it, and then now multiple years later of drinking.
It's like
after like your palate changes over time.
Plus, the older you get too, the more you start to like. You're willing to try more things because you're fucking bored. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
People who don't try new things annoy the shit out of me because it's like, dude, like what do you do?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna go to a really high-end place and just order chicken strips. Like, the fuck is wrong
with
you?
Like, what are you, my 7-year-old kid?
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. This is a fucking seafood place. You better get something in a shell that looks weird and smells funny. See, that's what they sell here.
I'm not much of a seafood.
Then you don't fucking go there.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I've been dragged to 2 different sushi.
But like you said, go to a fancy place and order chicken strips. It's like you don't go there to order chicken strips. You want chicken strips? Go fucking DQ or something. Yeah. Get a shake with it.
I'll go to the store and I'll buy a big bag of them with some smiley face fries and throw them bitches in the oven.
Like, but all right, this is.
Yeah, we're off on a tangent.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep talking about. We're just gonna be like things that make me mad today.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna avoid that.
On with the news.
On with the news. Back to Kenosha. Is that what we started out talking?
Yeah, I guess.
I think it was Kenosha.
Yeah. So. I mean, I'm sure you've been on social media. You've been seeing a lot of the things. Have you been paying attention to the developments of what's been going on with it?
Okay, yes and no. It's patchy, so I always remind people. By the time we put this out, I'm sure there's even more information.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've been keeping up on the. I know about the Kyle Rittenhouse shit's a big one right now. We were talking about him on the last podcast and in the last episode, and it was like. I didn't have a lot of information at that time, so everything was still kind of up in the air. My opinion hasn't changed much on that, though. I still like the self.
What's your opinion on that whole thing?
Okay, so because the self-defense thing, it's like I get it, like, and I get why people are defending him the way that they are, because it's like I was supposed to move that monitor. Sorry, I lost. They can't see it, but it's annoying me. Either way, either way, yeah. So I don't. If he wasn't 17 years old, I would see nothing wrong with anything that he did. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
The problem is he definitely broke some laws.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. Being 17, transporting an assault rifle, all of these things are illegal. So
hold on.
And so my thing is still that he just had no business being there. Going all the way from the suburbs of Chicago to Kenosha.
Yeah.
I still just feel like he had no business.
From Antioch. Now, it's only like a 30-minute difference, but at the end of the day...
Now, the problem is, though, I had someone tell me, but I can't find any news shit on this. So, it's probably not true. Might be true. I don't know. But I can't find anything about it. But I had a friend of mine, because he was talking about militia rules and shit and going on a tangent. And I was like... All right, and he's...
You're not a part of a militia, are you? No, neither am I.
No, me either.
So we could square that one away.
Where I'm
not
know.
aware of the rules.
I don't know everything about militia stuff.
I understand rules of engagement.
He sent me like the Constitution shit where it says like, because you're allowed to join a militia and be an active member of a militia at the age of 17.
Okay.
So that's the only thing that he legally has to fight with, because like if he's the active member of a militia, because at 17 he's allowed to be. So if he is, then
that's like being a pacifist in the army though. Like you should only do things that are like
but militias though by law are allowed to. That's why this has been coming up. We can look it up because I'm not entirely sure. I actually do have to I gotta move a thing. I'm cut off, but we can still talk. So, yeah. So with the militia thing, what we were talking about was, like I said, you're allowed to be the active member of a militia at the age of 17.
Okay.
And one of the things that a militia is allowed to do, I'm assuming we're about to look it up, is supply aid to areas that are in need, like in events like this.
Yeah.
So,
which I guess originally, like, that was one of his reasonings to be there, was to provide
that is
aid.
the only thing that might. So we're gonna look at this right now. Just give me like 2 seconds. I had to move my monitors around, guys, because I'm pretty new to this video thing. So you're gonna kind of have to bear with that.
Hey, we're learning as we go.
Yes, we are. Look at that. I can put up breaking news.
Nice. This just in.
Just realized it again. It's not the first time I've done that. I gotta add the mic so they didn't hear that little tangent we went on.
Oh.
And we're in.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry guys. Yep, back to that OBS tutorial thing. You know what's funny? Because we had one already, and that wouldn't have been a problem. But I made a new one so that we can switch out when I want to do stuff with y'all.
Zoom in. Zoom out.
Yeah, so we just make the same mistakes sometimes.
Hey.
But this is the scene that we needed. Okay, anyway. So we're looking up militia rules. So we'll start with, can you be the active member of a militia at the age of 17? Active member of a U.S. militia at the age of 17. Militia of the United States consists of all able-bodied males at least 17 years of age, and except as provided in section under 45 years of age who are or who have been made a declaration of intention to become citizens of the United States. So you don't actually even have to be a citizen to join a militia.
No shit.
You just have to make a declaration of intention to become a citizen of the United States, and you're allowed to join a militia and fight for their cause.
Huh.
So basically, that's the U.S. Constitution too. I mean, that's just, I think, right? Yeah.
It's a
Title
penal
32.
code.
Yeah, Section 313, Title 32. Yeah, it's U.S. code for militias. That means that as long as you are willing to state that you want to fight for this country and you're at least 17 years of age, you can join a militia. So the thing is if you are the member of an active militia and you're doing militia duty, well, if you're allowed to do that at 17, then that's what he was doing, right?
Yeah.
See, that's something that not a lot of people are talking about.
Okay, yeah, I had no idea about that. So that is a nice little monkey wrench to just throw into the whole argument that a lot of people aren't bringing in.
Because there's a lot of things. So what they're doing now, see, that's why we did that, guys. So I don't have to get out of our search yet.
Yeah.
And I can put us in videos, which we're going to do eventually, and it's going to be funny. Anyway, guys, I love how I'm acting like I'm talking to people when, like, just a couple of our stoned friends make it this far. Nobody makes it this far. Fucking videos.
I mean, hey, I watched the whole video, the
Thanks.
whole first one. So
Appreciate that,
I
bro.
wanted to help that that algorithm.
Yeah.
If that's what it is. It
Yeah.
helps out. Yeah.
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it. Anybody who, even if you're not digging it, but like you like us even a little bit, and you just let it play. The unit doesn't
just
play
put it
all the
on
way.
in the background,
Just let it play,
you know.
man. Just let it play so we start popping up, and we appreciate it. But yeah, so the militia laws are something that I don't feel like a lot of people have been talking about, because if that's the case, so if he's an active member of militia, which I don't know, I don't think that's come out yet. We can look that up next. We can look up if Kyle Rittenhouse was an active member of militia. But if he was, and if you recognize what he was doing as militia work, which I do, I think that a local militia is definitely allowed to
Actually
provide...
be there. And
To be there and
like,
provide assistance, and
Yeah.
that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
And they even have on video. So that video you showed me earlier with the weird. So the problem is though, is now they're just trying to discredit his character.
Now they're trying to smear him.
Yeah, that's all
now,
they're trying
now
to do.
there's a huge defamation campaign that's going to be
It's not even
going
about.
on against
I
him.
saw the video. Like I watched the Ben Shapiro show here and there. I don't agree with everything Ben Shapiro says because he's obviously very, very right. He's a radical right speaker. But the things he was saying made perfect sense on this, because when he was talking about, he was showing videos of Kyle being out. He also didn't mention militia rules at all, which is why I'm bringing this up. But when he was, they showed the video of him offering, like there was someone who got tear gas and they're walking, and he's saying they have a med pack and he's offering them assistance.
Yeah.
And he's just with his gun and he's supposedly guarding a car dealership.
Yeah.
So now this is what I can't find in the news, but a friend told me that he was helping guard his dad's car dealership specifically. Because there's a car dealership up there that burned down.
Yeah.
I don't... see, like I'm saying, there's no... That was something somebody told me. I can't find anything about it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that information would have been brought
exactly.
out, like...
So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm just saying that that's been said.
Yeah.
But that's not... I don't think that's real.
It's hearsay, which hearsay is admissible in court. So.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying it's been said. All I'm saying, though, is... So if you're willing to accept, like, the militia rules given to us by, United States Constitution,
Yeah.
then, really, he actually did have the right to be transported there and to help with the situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. So
there-
now...
There's a couple of things that I learned just recently. I guess the rifle wasn't his. Because that was one of the biggest things that people are bringing up.
Okay,
is
see, I didn't know that.
That he brought a rifle across state lines, which, of course, being an Illinois resident, legally, you have to have a FOID card in order to have a firearm, to be in legal possession of a firearm. And the only way you can get a FOID card in the People's Republic of Illinois is if you're 18 years old. So
But you can't get it with parents' permission?
No.
I thought they could sign for you.
I do not believe so.
Okay.
No.
So then how are you allowed to be the active member of a militia if you're not actively allowed to own your firearm?
Because you don't have to have a firearm to be in the militia. You can just be it's like a fucking, it's like almost any other club.
I know that, but like a militia duty requires combat, though. It's combat training. Part of being in a militia is combat training. I'm not even gonna argue like it's not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure there, but I guess.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's definitely a discrepancy there because I don't know either.
Yeah.
But you just saw it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I showed you the law.
So,
but see, that's the weird shit. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know, but I guess I guess the rifle was his buddy's or something. And his buddy was a Wisconsin resident, lives in Kenosha. I'm not 100% sure on this, 100%, but. So I guess that rifle wasn't even his; it was his buddy's, so on and so forth. There was something else I was gonna add in that little titter bit there. Fuck.
I just hate that. So that people either are defending this kid like he's a hero, or they're smearing him like he's a fucking like monster. And I don't think it's either one of those things. I think now the thing is now that where we're at with the legal discrepancies. So like I said, so if he was above the age of 17, like with the militia laws and everything we just talked about, if he was 18 or older, there would be absolutely nothing wrong with anything that happened.
Yeah,
but he's not.
You know what, man? What was this other? There was another.
But this really also kind of almost goes to you know how we always have like the one of the oldest debates in this country is why is it that you can fight for your country at 18 but you can't have a beer?
Yeah.
So why can you join a militia at 17 but not be fully capable to actively do militia things? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fair point.
I remember the tidbit now. So what did Kyle have on him when this event happened?
What do you mean?
What did he have?
I thought he had just basically his weaponry. Obviously, and he had a backpack with a medical kit.
He had a med kit and he had a rifle with a magazine.
Yeah, he was functioning as a medic.
Yeah. It's not like he had a plate carrier.
No,
it's not like he was a boogie boy
with
a plate carrier.
So one thing I said in the first. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
No, I shouldn't have cut you off because the point you're making is.
But I mean, it's not like he was actively out there looking for this fight. Like he had this weapon with for defensive purpose. It's not like he was loaded for bear here. Like he had a magazine.
No, it all made sense. That's the thing.
Yeah, like he had a med bag and a rifle on a single point sling with a single point. I think it's a single point sling that he had with a magazine. So like he can have a rifle hanging at the ready, and he had his med bag off to the side for whatever he was needed. So like it's not like he was actively out there looking for this fight. You know.
No.
It's wild the fact that like a lot of people are saying, oh, he went up there with the sole intention to hurt. It's like, no, if he had the sole intention to hurt,
but check this out.
A whole lot
check
more
this out though. I just published I think the other episode was 20. No, it's 29. I published the first episode of this 2 days ago. You watched it.
Yep.
So I didn't. So actually, that way I don't have to explain much to you about that.
No.
You watched it, so you know how I felt 2 days ago. That is exactly what I said because I was like, he was 17. He was out there with an assault rifle. He had no business being there. 2 days later, with the information that's now provided, as far as that, like I said, the only reason that's still my opinion is because he was 17.
Yeah.
But if the militia law allows him to be there, then that's not my opinion now.
it's kind of an odd law because I didn't know this about militia, but if you're in culinary school, you can drink. Like you can legally drink if you're in culinary school. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So you can because you have to like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you have to use like cooking wine and shit like that. So like you and like
For
there's.
what?
For like certain dishes, like you have to use.
I understand. So if you're in culinary school, but you're a militia, how does that make you allowed to drink though?
So like
just
you can
you're allowed to
legally
taste
drink
it
if you're in a culinary school, like, and you're wanting to go into that field. Yeah, you could because you have to put alcohol into your dishes, so you're legally allowed to drink alcohol. I guess, which is like a really weird like loophole that like one or two buddies like noticed in school, and they were like, "Oh, I'm going into culinary school," and they're walking around with a fucking beer in their hand. Like,
that's
like,
awesome.
because that's real classy.
I mean, it's
like,
awesome. I mean, that's awesome, and that's the thing. But
weird little loopholes like that. So yeah, no, the whole like I get it. Like if he's 17, so what you were saying about maybe somebody else bought the rifle for him and they were able to sign it over to him. So like there is like a gift deal that you can do. Like I remember my buddy's first pistol was a gift from his stepfather. It was like a couple months before he turned 21.
I gotta pee, but I can hear you.
This dude bought my buddy's stepdad bought him this 1911 and then for a gift, gifted it to him for his 21st birthday.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Now, it was a couple months till he was legally able to possess it, but he still had that thing. So maybe that was, if the rifle was his, so to say, maybe his father had bought it and gifted it to him,
Right.
And there is the whole hunting loophole with the state of Wisconsin because,
See, Wisconsin has a lot of loopholes. I don't even know about all of them.
Wisconsin is a very interesting state, and that's another reason why I want to move to Wisconsin is because I want to get into like class 3 firearms kind of shit, which is like suppressor SBR kind of work. And in Illinois you can't legally do that, so I would want to move to Wisconsin so then I can legally SBR one of my rifles or put a suppressor on a pistol, or on a rifle.
And why aren't there's no reason if you have the constitutional right to own things, then you should just be allowed to own them.
Yeah.
And that's why. Oh, I'm gonna come in there. I know the mic can't hear my side of the conversation out there. But yeah, that's why. Well, I love Wisconsin. I love Wisconsin for the same reason. I love Texas. There's just all types of loopholes that we get back to like what it's about to be an American.
Yeah, they're more freedom oriented.
Yeah,
and like,
they care more about. They want to go through the bullshit. If they can do it and not take away your freedoms, they want to do that and adhere to the Constitution versus pushing more control.
Yeah.
Which here in Illinois, it's all about pushing.
Oh, it's all about control, and they want to lock down as much as they can and limit as much as they can, and they put it under the guise of protection most of the time, and like they're getting a lot of their information.
Well, the
from
thing is
Chicago,
that's what I was about to say is like, so because Illinois is one of those states where it's a big problem in New York too, where I'm from in New York, the way people are in New York versus the way they are in New York City, like where I'm from, upstate, like the difference is night and day.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it's like it's the same thing out here, but with Chicago. And Chicago is ridiculous. Like they don't people. There's so many people that I talk to in Chicago all the time, especially through comedy scenes and stuff. That just it's such a popularity contest that they just are already so convinced that they're on the right side that rather than look at anything subjectively, they would like to they will just they throw the same rhetoric at you regardless of what you say just to try to win an argument without giving a fuck about the point.
That is one thing that I can't stand is a narcissistic asshole like that. And that's one thing that I absolutely cannot stand about the whole Black Lives Matter thing. God damn you. It's like a lot of people are saying like, which don't get me wrong, like I am for, the whole lives matter, as humans we all matter, but at the end of the day, me as an individual, I know my life doesn't matter. Like, as a collective whole, we all matter, but as an individual,
in society, as far as like pushing forward and like people who are trying to do their best at things, yeah, we all matter. Everybody matters. I know, it's great, isn't it?
Get a good sniff there, bud.
Fuck you, Joe.
Fucking ridiculous.
But at the end, see, I know it's so funny. It makes me forget what we're talking about sometimes. Because I felt like I had such a good point and I lost it because we're watching Joe Biden sniff you. But yeah, what were we talking about?
Don't know. Completely just.
I know it's hard. It's hard. Here, we'll get rid of Sniffy Joe. Here, there you go. Bye, Sniffy. Oh, you wanna look, man? Black Guns Matter. Don't forget.
Black Guns Matter. I want to say, what Black Guns do I own? Two.
A couple.
A Sega.
I got a couple.
A Sega, and what was my other black one?
All my 22s.
Oh, my Governor.
All my 22s are black.
Governor. Oh, and my LCP, my Little Debbie.
Oh, my LC9's black.
Oh yeah, have you got to shoot that yet?
No.
No.
But it's still upstairs. It's loaded. That's my new car gun, safety gun, whatever gun.
Yep. My personal carry.
Yep.
I like to give it away that armed and hammered. I'm either one or the other. So, I don't like to mix and match the two because that's frowned upon in society.
It is, but it's a good shirt.
But,
I love how unintentionally the graphics on our shirts match.
Oh, dude, fucking hell yeah, boy.
So, if somebody wasn't paying attention to what they said, they would think we were repping like the same company. But these are very different things.
I'm sure it's a Gilead, whatever the name of the t-shirt company is,
Yeah.
like that actually makes the t-shirts. I'm sure it's the same t-shirt.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this is a ska band from New York, and that's like not that.
No,
it's armed and hammered.
Armed and hammered, which he's holding the bottle of whiskey.
But
it's fucking great.
For the listeners, it's supposed to be like an Arm and Hammer, like the baking soda logo, but instead it says Armed and Hammered.
No.
And it's red and white. It's sweet.
You know, cheers.
Go watch the video. See it. Subscribe. My channel's better than your channel, faggot.
Yeah.
But not faggot. If you type that in, that might mess it up. My channel's better than your channel. Look for the zebra.
Fucking hilarious. Yeah, no, I gotta say, I was excited. I've been pretty bummed out all week long with all the shit going on in social media. Social media never fucking helps.
I know, it never ends.
Never helps
never
your
ends.
mental state. But like, as soon as you were like, you want to cast, I'm like, fuck yes,
It's
I wanna
fun, right?
cast. It's a boat.
It's super
God
fun.
damn it. Yeah, it's a boatload of fucking fun just be able to sit back and bullshit.
It really
You
is.
know?
I mean, and it's cool now, especially now that we have the green, like, because, like, I don't watch podcasts, but I know a lot of people who do watch podcasts. So, like, the only reason I'm doing this video stuff is because, like, if you do decide to watch it, we're trying to be interesting for you.
It's 4D chest. It adds another dynamic.
It adds something for people to, like, watch. And
Yeah.
I mean, I love making Joe Biden sniff my guess.
Dude, it's...
Breaking news, Joe Biden sniffs everyone.
You fucking creepy
He's sneaking
bastard.
into people's basements and fucking up their internet shows with his nose.
What a... Like... How
Black
old
Guns
How old
Matter.
is Joe? How old is that fucker?
Way too old. You want to look it up?
Yeah, I'm really curious. Like, how old is he? And I heard the other day he'd been like a politician for 50 years.
In the 70s is like that's the shit that everybody's fucking with him about because like he was like one of the people who was on there like he said segregation was gonna turn he didn't want his children growing up in a racial jungle. That's an actual I'm not
Are you fucking kidding me?
I shared it on Facebook.
Holy smoke.
He said that it was like in like 74 and that was like 8 years after segregation ended. And he was still his campaign was still super against segregation. People voted for him because of that. Dude, you realize how insane that is in the political climate? People are ignoring that like the plague. That's why that's why he picked Kamala Harris. Or he didn't even do it. Whoever did it for him though. His campaign manager, whoever made that decision, picked Kamala only because
his campaign manager has to be a raging alcoholic.
yeah, but honestly, he's also a genius because that was the only thing that was going to fix their campaign. Because now nobody's talking about Joe. Everybody's talking about her because they're like, look, she's technically black.
True, but it's the whole like negative press is positive press. You know, it's like they want so much bad shit that like that's how they have to get their name out there like that. And
yeah.
I've heard a lot of negative things like a lot of people were saying she's from a family that owned slaves in Jamaica and like
that. Well, I mean that was true, but like that's not
77. Jesus Christ.
He's not gonna make it 4 years. I mean, and even if he does, he's done. He's senile, man. He's too old. Like my grandpa was still walking and talking. He was smart at 77, but he wasn't even not senile. I feel like a younger person would do better. Yeah. This person has already shown signs of dementia and not being there mentally.
Yeah.
On top of that, being a 77-year-old man, over. I know I do not want you in any position of power.
No.
Anywhere. I don't want this guy to be the manager at like the local Burger King.
I mean, I don't eat Burger King, but I'm.
But you know what?
With you
but you
there,
get what I'm
like,
saying. You get my
you
point.
Should not be in.
Like, what if I had an issue at Walmart and I had to speak to a manager and it was Joe Biden? I'd be like, oh fuck.
I wouldn't even want him to be a greeter.
I would go to a different store. I would just be like, I'm just gonna go to a different Walmart, and I would deal with a different manager because that's how stupid he is.
I'd go to the West
That's
Side
how ridiculous
Walmart.
it is.
I'd go to the West Side Walmart, and that's saying something.
Yeah, and it's not like, I mean, it's not like I get it. Like when people look at it as black and white, and we got fucking Trump and Joe Biden, and those are the only two people fucking.
I mean, that's
the only two people we got to deal with.
Shit in your hand and then just flipping it over to the other hand,
and just going, do I want the hand that's still got some shit dripping off of it, or do I just want the pile that I? Yeah.
Like, which one am I going to pick up this sandwich with? Like, no.
Exactly.
Overall trash. And...
No, it definitely is.
You know, it's really difficult that, like... I'm not a registered voter. I've never voted. So, like, my opinion at the end of the day means fuck all. But...
Yeah.
I can weigh in a little bit and say...
You know what I love about Kamala Harris being next to Joe Jorgensen in that photo. Like, look at their skin tone. Like, the only thing... Because I'm not even, like, dude, I could give a fuck.
Not just that, look at the demeanor in both of their faces. Like...
Kamala looks like she's been being sniffed all day.
One looks like that they are about to, like, backhand you if you, like, missed a spot.
She looks like she's done been being sniffed. And Joe looks like she's at least happy to be here. I don't know, at least.
Yeah, she's just along for the ride.
I loved Eric keeps referring to it as like the realtor photo.
Yeah, that is great.
Because she does look like, it looks like, let me sell you a house. Yeah. But she's a doctor running for president. That's who I want to vote.
Doctorate. Yeah.
She is. Yeah, she's a doctor. She's Dr. Joe Jorgensen.
Yeah.
Nobody
addresses her by that title. Like, because every time I hear it, it's Joe Jorgensen. Like, Dr. Joe Jorgensen.
He has a PhD.
Yeah. What's the PhD in?
We can find out.
I hope it's something obscure like advanced robotics.
That'd be crazy. Let's find out.
Yeah. The almighty Google.
I know, right? That's why, dude, and that's why I love this so much, because now we can do this, and, like, I can still look up the same shit and just be like, what's up?
Yeah. Oh, hey, we zoomed in a little bit there.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I know it's a little blurry, but we're working on the color correction stuff. Deal with it, faggots.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I still got to work on it, because the shadow stuff is what's causing that static, but the way the lighting is in here, whatever, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, okay. The fucking technical details.
This was hard enough to do already. Fuck you. Nobody's watching this anyway. So Joe Jorgensen, oh yeah, PhD.
Yeah, what's her PhD?
She received a PhD in industrial and organizational psychology.
That's a fucking interesting field.
It is. I feel like that is what I want a government official to be fluent in, though, right?
Yeah.
Industrial
and organizational
psychology. So that's literally all the things
at
you
Clemson.
want.
Clemson's a pretty big university.
Fuck yeah!
Like they're one of the top tier like sports universities, if I remember correctly. Oh, fucking yeah, Clemson right there. South Carolina.
Clemson University, South Carolina. I love Carolina. Period. South Carolina, North Carolina.
Dude, I love that area. Like what, 2 years ago, 2020. Beginning of 2017.
Upstate,
March of 2017.
Upstate South Carolina. Yeah, it's a nice area.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the school, but yeah, you're right. They're already showing releases planned for spectators.
Yeah, I know it's a
so
big
they definitely have
state.
they're definitely a sports
Average
school. Annual in-state cost $32,000. That is definitely a big name college. It says after aid, it still costs almost $20,000 just to go there.
Which that's
status.
Yeah,
that's status.
Yeah,
and that's honestly
it's
though,
no Harvard or whatever. But you know what? Get fucked. Most people that go to Harvard, like,
I don't care. That's status.
Are there on gentlemen's seats?
Yeah, it's exactly. It's not Ivy League.
Yeah.
But if you go to an Ivy League school, that's because you're riding somebody's fucking. You're riding your
on
dad.
the coattails.
You rode your dad's dick all the way there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you said it in a better way than I did. Yeah, the way you said it was probably more acceptable.
That's how I have to phrase it at work. You're riding on your old man's coattails, because I work with a lot of motherfuckers.
A lot of those people who are doing that
Yeah.
and have been doing that for. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, me and my dad do the same thing for a living, but I also fucking worked my way there.
You earned your way through it, and like you've been working for that establishment for as
almost,
long
like
as I've been
9
working
years.
for the company I've been working
for.
for.
9 years.
Like,
so
yeah,
I do what I do, but I do what my dad did. I also don't work for my dad. We just work for the same company.
Yeah,
and he didn't get me a job there either. But that is not a story we need to tell on the podcast.
Yeah, neither here nor there.
But yeah, so at the end of the day, I like a lot of her policies too. I don't know how much you follow any of the Libertarian campaign, like any of the shit that they post. Like a lot, their campaign as far as like the way that they've been flooding social media. I think they're doing it in a really smart way, and I think Joe Jorgensen, the fact that people just because they always just write off third party as being like voting for third party is a waste of time.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that if you're willing to vote for, okay, so people hate Trump because he's a racist sex offender, right?
Because he's Trump, like.
But
weigh in why they hate.
Okay, you're right. But at the end of the day, the reason is he's supposedly a racist and a sex offender.
Allegedly, yeah.
Joe Biden is also proven, and well, he's been accused of being a sex offender multiple times. I mean, dude, bro,
that's
you know
such a damning thing these days.
Yeah, but I'm not even gonna pretend like this isn't fucking weird. Do you know the photo I took that out of?
He was sniffing a little girl.
I mean,
have
you seen her face?
Like,
I want you to see it now. See?
That was
yeah, it's
pretty
trippy,
tits.
isn't it? It's trippy. That's how you can tell you're recording with OBS. OBS is great, by the way. Everybody, learn to use it. If you're willing to switch your scenes live, it's the best. Not good at post editing though. If you forgot already, we have a direct email called mypodcastisbetter@gmail.com.
Dude.
If you get a hold of me, if you are somebody who is good with post editing software and just have like a recommendation on what I could get, I'm willing to pay, but I'm not gonna spend an arm and a leg for it. But if you're good with it and you just have a software recommendation, let me know. Would super appreciate it. So anyway,
dude, I really wanted to put.
What was I about to look up? It seemed important.
Stock photo that you got of
Yep.
Joe.
Joe sniffing. That's all you gotta look up. Because he sniffs a lot. He sniffs. Oh wow! Look at that one.
Oh! It's Greta.
I mean that
that editing, like the mash of the two. Yeah.
This one.
That one. Jesus.
That's one of the.
Look at her face. Look at her face.
She is so like, get away from me.
That is the face of a tween. That's just like, I don't want to be here right now. Like, I would rather just be like.
She's rethinking every decision she ever made because she worked hard to get there. You think about it. She's meeting the presidential candidate. I don't know what is going on. I don't know who that is. But whatever she did to get to this moment took work, and she is sad about it right now. She's like, why did I do that?
Her parents probably donated a fuckload of money, and the only thing that he wanted, he didn't even want the parents on stage. He was like, let me get the little girl.
He's like, let me sniff. Let me sniff her.
He's like a fucking pug.
And dude, I mean, I heard Trump in his fucking little, back when it was grab her by the pussy. Yeah, he said it. And was it like something like a pig rich guy would say who has hooker money? Was it something a guy with hooker money would say? Yeah. I wasn't about
context to him saying that.
He said when you're rich and famous, girls don't care. You can just grab them by the pussy.
Yep.
You know how many of my dude friends have said that? Not even about being famous.
Yeah. Do you know?
About being like, I got a paycheck so I can afford a hooker. Like people say that all the time.
How many girls I know that will go on like sugar daddy websites or looking for somebody just to like give them extra money so that they could buy shoes and shit, and like,
dude, it's a hobby.
It up for that simple thing. Yeah, it is. It's
a hobby for them.
Yeah, it is a hobby, and it's like praise that like, you're young and gorgeous, you can do that. Like, yeah, if you're a dude and you have money, like, and you're willing to give girls money, yeah, you can do just about anything.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking stupid, man.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing, though. I mean, what he said was true. The problem is he said it because he was like, "I can do that," and
yeah.
like I said, do I approve of that? No, I think that's piggish. I don't approve of that, but I'm not condemning the dude for it because if I was a billionaire, I would say way worse things than that. I would be paying to have recordings erased if I was a billionaire just because of the things I would do when I was drunk.
That's the thing. Like, if I was a billionaire, like,
not even lying. Like, that's
Man, it's so like on the fence because I never had money. Like, I grew up not having like a lot of shit to my name. So like, if I had that kind of money, like I think I would be. I would like to think that I would be smart about not putting myself on record like that to say these kind of stupid things. That
you would
be
think
really
so,
damning.
But once you got $1 billion is the definition of big dick energy. So that's where it's like I don't know that's like, I can imagine that probably does crazy things to anybody,
Yeah.
That's the
thing. Like, $1 billion is so hard to fathom. Like, to
I couldn't imagine. Right, because that's enough money to quit your job right now with 2 middle fingers in the air and never work another day in your life. Think about that. Think about how amazing that concept is. That is a life-changing concept.
Most people, when they win $100, they're like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, I'm fucking balling tonight.
Yeah, and then they throw it all away buying drinks with their buddies that night. I mean, I know I've done that.
Yeah,
for sure in the past. But yeah, so when you look at things like that, that's why I don't even blame him for like. Well, I mean, obviously, like I said, I don't condone it. Like I thought it was.
Kind of a fucking stupid thing to say, but
But I'm not like demonizing him for it. I don't think him saying that meant he didn't like have respect for any women. I think he was just bragging about getting pussy. And I mean, dudes do that all the time.
And yeah, what do most dudes do? Brag about who they fucked. Like...
But so this is the thing. If I had to pick between Trump or our friend Sniffy Joe here, I would fucking definitely pick Trump. Like if those were my only like not as a voting American. If like someone had a gun to my head and like you got to pick one of these dudes, like to do what? Just pick one. Trump. Just because. Like, is he a piece of shit? Yeah. But he's also a hell of a lot more open about it than Mr. I'm a good person, who was literally saying...
Yeah.
You think Mr. You really think that guy's... Look at him. Look at him. I can't enunciate my point any better than this. Just having him sniff all my guess. It derails everything you're trying to say. Every time you look at that picture, you stop talking. I love it.
So the whole, like, dementia thing, and, like, a lot of people, like, same with, like, Alzheimer's, they kind of revert to the olden days. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of curious, if the whole sniffing thing, did he have a really big cocaine habit?
Maybe. No, I think he's just creepy. I think he likes the smell of young girls.
Yeah, I think that's just a lot easier to go.
I mean, he probably did like cocaine at one time, but he hasn't done it in years because if he did, his heart would explode. So now he just likes to sniff young ladies.
He should do some cocaine then, maybe.
Yeah, I wish he did.
Not condoning any bad activities or, anything illegal like that, but you should probably...
I wish one of my less than reputable friends would hang out with Joe Biden just one time. And then we... That'd be great.
Like, I'm trying to picture myself in, like, a situation where, like, you're hanging out with them. Like,
yeah, I know, it's weird.
Like, what do y'all do for fun? Like, we're going to get a bunch of, like, we're going to call over Jody and Ted so they can bring their kids over, and we're going to...
Steve.
We're
just going to give them a sniff.
That's what's fun to y'all? Like, alright, well, to each their own, you know. That is pretty gold, though.
Oh, it's great.
The cutout there, like... I feel like you really need to blend. Can you blend in that
Oh, you mean like to make the color better?
No, I'm talking like, can you blend photos so you can get
put them like put different
Joe kind of together and just
I could
the two together.
If I turned this off and just took a second to do it, I can put Kamala in the same picture under Joe. I can make Joe sniff anyone I want. I can make fucking on the same picture on the still. I can. Bro, I'll show you how to magic shit up.
I feel like
this
should
shit
be like a top hat.
You saw how quick I did like just that one cutout.
Oh yeah,
when I'm bored, I just sit here and cut stuff out, and I've just figured out how to put stuff in, and just it's fun.
I need to see if I have anything like that on my desktop.
Just get PixArt.
That kind of shit.
PixArt. We'll give them a random shout out right now. PixArt. So like I said, because Photoshop. One of the biggest, PixArt Pro might let you zoom. I have to look in for Windows because now
I'm guessing PixArt is a free program, but if you get the Pro,
this is what we were using. Yeah. It's just called PixArt. Exactly. It's great. So on your phone, it's actually better. It's definitely designed for Android, but on Windows, it's great for stuff like this, like cutting out stuff with cutting backgrounds out of stuff. And if you have this and Adobe Spark. I'll give them a shout out too because Adobe Spark's basically just a free flyer making service, and that's what I use to make all of this stuff. And it takes me seconds, like minutes. I mean, I didn't even have to think about what we were gonna talk about. I already had cutouts for it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have a bunch of weird stuff for episodes I've been cutting out. I've got, like, I can make, like, geese fuck you right now. Like, all types of weird shit.
I'd rather not. I hate geese. I have to deal with them at work, like, standing in the roadway.
It would take too long for me to pull these pictures out and drop them in and do it. But, yeah, I definitely have geese positioned to eat your head and fuck you and all types of weird stuff. I've just been sitting here doing all types of weird stuff. Like, just putting pictures in places.
Your sober mind is an interesting...
It's so weird when I have time. Actually, that is one thing. If I was gonna give a shout out, because like I've always like had the same. I've always had that opinion about like obviously I'm doing that shit because I got in trouble and like it is what it is. But when you have to spend time sober like that, just any amount of time, and like you have more time to focus on things, it is so weird. My brain is fucking ridiculous. Well, but yeah, these are the kind of things I think of. Yeah, I've been sitting here just trying to think of weird shit to fuck with guests when I do this internet show. It's great.
I mean, it's something productive.
I feel like it is.
That's a good thing. You're learning here, which is like
right, because like even if like we could argue whether or not this show was productive in itself, but all these things I'm learning are productive because I'm learning how to use software. Once I get into post editing software, like for videos, once I get into that, that's when I'm gonna start getting a little cocky because then...
Do they still have, like, Movie Maker on this shit as, like, a basic, like...
Yeah, where so that you can still use Windows Movie... Once you have all this stuff, like... So, for these videos, which I guess might be interesting for listeners, I don't care. We've had a pretty good episode so far, so fuck y'all. We don't have... I mean... We had more stuff to talk about, but if we don't, we don't. Either way, yeah, so you can go into Windows Movie Maker, and so whatever videos you make on here, you can cut them up any way you want and put your slides in and all that. I just, right now I'm not doing that. I'm just uploading it as just the raw internet show. Because when I take the audio, anybody who's been listening, if you've been listening, I don't know if you're enjoying it or not. But if you've been listening, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Don't forget that you can get a hold of us anytime you want at mypodcastisbetter@gmail.com.
Dude, I'm gonna put that out on Craigslist just to see if we can get some people. I'm gonna give it to a couple of coworkers.
I just want people to tell people to just message. They can message weird shit to it.
Yeah,
they can message what.
Wait, have you pulled it up? Like,
there's nothing on there. I checked it. I checked it earlier today. Damn, but yeah, the thing is, I don't care if you watch the show. Even if you don't watch the show, this is just a random email going around. So grab it, and if you got some weird shit, you can message me your fucking novel you've been working on. I'll make fun of you on air or talk about it on air.
Fuck yeah, I'd read a novel.
Like it's just for us to have feedback and to have like prompts so that we can keep you entertained, man. That's all we're trying to do.
Oh man.
I mean I think anybody, like if you've listened to any of this, you probably caught on. But most of the guests, or some of the guests, I should say, that we have are people who are working on stand-up comedy. In the area. Actually, I'll throw our first backdrop up, which that's actually art that was done by someone who lives in Janesville, Wisconsin, who is local for us, maybe not local for you, who is a comedy friend of mine, does stand-up comedy, and used to run an open mic at an awesome bar called The Looking Glass in Janesville. And now that shit hasn't started back up. The comedy's been slowly starting back up. Wisconsin, like Milwaukee's going, but other than that, not a lot of stuff. So I started this podcast just because I needed something to stay creative and keep trying to do things. And this art, his name is Dalton Pfeiffer. Last name Pfeifer. Not hard to find. You can find him on any social media platform. And they have a comedy company, production company called Turtle Donut Comedy.
It's an interesting name.
Yeah, it's him and another friend of mine, Richard Garcia, who will probably be on our next episode. He's definitely going to be on the next episode or two. It's going to come up soon. So then we'll talk more about it. But yeah, Dalton did that art. He did that for us. He's a little pricey, but he takes pride in what he does, and he will work with you every step of the way. Like he did exactly what I wanted. If you don't like this picture, it's my fault, not his, because that's exactly what I asked him to do.
I think it's pretty fucking legit, you know. It's the cool, like, 50s zebra, like, chilling.
Basically, I told him originally, before he drew anything up, this was when I could still, get high and stuff all the time. And I was sitting around high as fuck, and I was like, can you make it look like there's a zebra, but like he's a zebra, and he looks like he would, like, sell drugs to kids, maybe, and I want, like, the logo in graffiti is what I told him. Like, it looks like, he did it. And he was like, okay. And he does it on Photoshop first. So he made that on like like not Photoshop, but like something similar.
Yeah.
And he was just like, is this basically what you're thinking? He's like, do you want it like a zebra or like a human, like with a zebra head? And I was like, that's what I want. Because he wasn't at first. I was like, nah. Because I told him I wanted a leather jacket, but then he did it with the vest. And I was like, I'm not going to be a dick and make him redo it with sleeves, because, like, I don't care that much.
I feel like the leather vest with the white t-shirt underneath, though, it's just like...
It makes him look so much more shitbaggish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly what I was going for. Because the like, full-on leather jacket would be more, like, subjective. That is definitely like, hey...
Most people that I see rocking a white t-shirt under their clothing, it's just like...
Shitbaggish.
Yeah, you seem kind of scummy to me. And then, like, you get the they call them wife beaters. The white
wife beater.
Wife beater,
yes.
like tank top.
Yep.
Like, oh, that's how you know they're just top tier.
Immediately.
They're making $300K a year, like, you know, just top notch.
Immediately.
Top end of society.
Yes.
Love them.
It's great.
Yeah, no, dude, the fucking, so, you know how you have the Looking Glass, right? And then
Yeah.
next to it, there's Whiskey Ranch.
I haven't been to Whiskey Ranch, but yeah.
Okay, so after dark, if you could drink in a Walmart, that's Whiskey Ranch.
Oh god,
Like-
I want to go there now. You know
Dude,
what?
it's a boatload of
The only
fun.
reason I do know that place is there because so we did an open mic once and there was this trans dude who used to be a lady, is a dude now, just to clarify. And he showed up, so he almost got the open mic canceled because he was there just saying a bunch of fucked up shit.
Being super edgy.
It wasn't because it wasn't even that he was being edgy. He was just too drunk, just like screaming fucked up shit about his dick at people.
Yeah, that'll definitely.
And not, yeah, that's the thing, because he got mad. It would have been one thing if like someone heckled him and he was like, "Fuck you," and just started being like a dick to him.
Yeah.
And that almost got the mic canceled because so after that happened, a couple of the comics, just to try to make him look better, just went edgy.
Yeah.
Like there was a one comic who did a joke about like a dog licking his asshole or something. I don't remember. It was a weird night of like open mic stand up comedy. It was like it was a raunchy night of that at a nice establishment because Looking Glass.
Looking Glass is a nice establishment.
So it was, yeah, it almost got canceled after that because they put up a sign after that night that said like, "Warning, it's comedy night. There is gonna be shit that you might not like. We're sorry." Like, you know, like
it's Janesville.
exactly,
Like,
but no, but so I gotta make sure I timestamp that because this part isn't gonna be seen, but the end part will be seen. So let's get back in there. So anyway, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. I hope that was a good show for y'all. Don't forget, Black Guns Matter. Sniffy Joe sucks. You can go third party if you want to.
Yeah, Bojo. She's an actual doctor.
She has a PhD for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, I mean, that's why we sat here and looked it up. She has a PhD at a reputable college. She has ideas. Like, not everything she has been saying I'm on board with, but most of what she's been saying I'm 100% on board with without question. And all she wants to do is the basis of libertarianism, which is take power away from the feds. And at this point, I don't know why we're arguing with that being a good idea.
And if it's
you should always
consolation with the given times, it'd be the first woman president.
Exactly. Everybody kept trying to push Hillary, saying first woman president, and now they just want to push Kamala because they're like first woman vice president. But everything about her sucks.
But she's black. So.
Oh
yeah.
right, she's black.
Yeah.
I forgot black.
That's one thing I can't fucking stand. It's always like yada 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 black.
Black.
You know, yada 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 white. Yada
Black.
yada yada. It's just like you really have to throw the color
Black.
of the fucking person in there.
Black.
Holy God, it's terrifying.
It's not. People are people, man. We've been alive for how long now?
We're shitbags no matter what. Doesn't matter the color
No,
of your fucking skin.
exactly. We are all scum, dude.
We're all scum.
Blow it out your ass. So anyway,
narcissistic shits. No lies, man.
We're gonna go ahead and end before we just start screaming shit that's gonna get me canceled.
Yeah,
because
it's cancel culture.
It's not that hard to get pulled off of YouTube anymore.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's not that hard to get pulled off of platforms anymore because people are pussies. So we're gonna leave it at that. Don't forget, guys. If you're watching this, my podcast is better than your podcast on any major listening platform. If you are listening to this, my channel is better than your channel on YouTube. We're gonna be trying to bring you more content, hopefully better content, and I hope you're enjoying it, man. Like if this isn't your favorite podcast, you ain't black. See you next time.
Later.